Hello lovelies, it's Mr. Fancy here. I hope you guys are doing okay. So I was asked by my higher self quite some time ago to do a reading for all of the 12 waves, and I never got to it. This was meant to be a reading for the 1212 portal. I never got to it, and long story short, I am going away for 3 days. I'm going to go and spend some time and be with my mother. She recently moved into a home that she designed. I'm so happy for her. This is the first home that she ever designed for herself, and because it's a brand new home, we're trying to set the energy and make sure everything's all right over there. I'm going to be there for a good 3 days. What this means is that I will not be back here until the night of the 11th, and other than maybe a slim chance of me going live somewhere, this video would not have had enough time to come out. So I'm going to do this now. Currently today, where I am, which is Melbourne, Australia, it is 6:15 in the morning on the 9th of December. My time zone is absolutely crazy for anyone who lives on a human schedule. And a big part of the reason for that is because I have a lot of work that I do up on higher dimensional levels that occur during the, shall we say, the more productive hours of the day. So I am generally doing my human work from anywhere from around about, say, 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m. through to about this time, 6, 7 in the morning. So anyway, the point is we're now going to get into those readings. I'm so sorry. I wish the quality was a lot better. I wish that you weren't hearing my PC in the background. I wish that the lighting was a lot better, but there's nothing I can do about that. It's just, suffice to say, everything is very last minute. So we're now going to just jump right into this, and I'm going to do these readings. To save on time, I have been assured by my higher self that a 1-card reading will suffice for every single wave. So we're going to be going with the Crystal Angel cards for today. So let's get right into it. We're going to go in descending order from 12 all the way through. Yep, they're telling me all the way through to 1. So 12th wavers through to first wavers. So this is a very important time of year with everything that's going on in the physical reality, what with the COVID pandemic and everything that means for humans, but also everything that it means for angelics and just energy-wise in general. This final major portal for the year, the 1212, is going to be a very big one, and your wave will have a significant involvement, and they're also saying contribution, thank you, to this wave, to this wave, bless our negative Nancy friends, to this portal, this major portal. So the card that I'm going to draw out for each wave will give some indication, and my higher self will also give some additional information if need be as to what you need to know coming into the 1212. What comes out on the card may be to do with the physical reality for you on that day, or it may be while you're up on higher dimensional levels, or it might be both, or it might just be something to be aware of. Time will tell. Let's stop talking. This intro's gone on for way too long. Let's get right into it. So, what do we have for the 12th wavers? 12th wavers, 1212 portal. I mean, can you believe it? That sounds like a very, think of the synchronicity, guys. 12th wavers for the 1212. Alright, what do we have for the 12th wavers? Just having a look here. Whoa, okay. You want me to use that one? Will do. Thank you. So 12 wavers, you have the titanium rainbow quartz. I'm going to try and hold that as close to the screen so you can see it as possible. There we go. So this is the multifaceted card. Basically, this is referring to a multitude of things that you are going to go through, having many different reasons for being there, and all contributing for many different reasons, and happening because of many different things that are going to occur when you are moving forward. So, yeah, they're showing me kind of like a labyrinth. They're showing me a maze. Well, I mean, for me, I appreciate this. They're showing me that scene from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in the book. If you've read it, if you haven't, I'll explain it to you quickly. Harry enters into a maze where along the way he has to deal with a number of different things. If you did not see this in the film, that's because the book and the film are two different. There's similar stories, but in the book, Harry faces a number of different obstacles, and that's what they're showing me. You're going to go through this portal, and you're going to go through very different things along the way. It's not going to be one straight thing. Different portals for all the different waves can come with different things. Generally, they are all themed to be the same thing, but for some waves or some angelics, it is simply one thing that they are dealing with. But for 12th wavers, you guys are going to be dealing with a ton of different things that you are going to face, see, experience, deal with. But please know that this is to prepare you in moving forward for the month of December, and to prepare you to wrap up and put to bed the year of 2020, not only for you, but what it is that you are going to need in order to be able to contribute to humanity for the remainder of the year. All right. I could pause, but I'm not going to, because it takes away the authenticity of it. So thank you. We are moving on to the 11th wave, and I've already got the card. That's why I said thank you. So 11th wave is your card. There. Sorry, I'm shaking a little bit. Your card is the Unikite card, Answered Prayers. Okay, so this is very interesting because 11th wavers, there's a lot that you guys have had to do in the physical reality between the last major portal, the 1111, and this one. And what is going to occur for you, among other things, during this portal on higher dimensional levels when you go through, is you're going to receive the reasons behind why you went through what you went through. So while it says Answered Prayers, these cards were originally, when these cards were made, yes, they were made for tarot reading, but as far as angelics are concerned, while it says Answered Prayers, it needs to be written in a way that humans understand what's going on. I am getting the translation from my higher awareness, yes indeed, from my higher self, who's providing my higher awareness as to what this card is actually referring to. And for you guys, it is answering all of those questions about everything that you've been going through between the 1111 and the 1212. So because they're showing me that, obviously some of you are going to actually be there, you're going to experience what's going on. For others, your human's going to be completely put out, you're going to have no idea what's happened. But even those of you who don't actually experience it, who are just given the validation the next day, you're going to feel a feeling of freshness, a feeling of like you're reset and rejuvenized and re-energized. Thank you, they give me a whole ton of different words here. To move forward, because it's like everything suddenly makes sense. Everything suddenly feels a lot more closed off in that way of things that weren't dealt with now suddenly are, and you just feel really ready to go. There's a reason for that, 11th wavers, I am being told, because you guys need to be ready to go from the moment you have gone through the portal, because yeah, we're all going to be needed between us going through the portal and the end of the year anyway, just to make sure that we soundly close off this year for humanity. But for you guys, that rejuvenization is what is going to get you into a position where you can do that. So 11th wavers, that was your card. What do we have for the 10th wavers? Oh, there it is. Okay, 10th wavers, Tanzanite. Tanzanite. So So I was talking earlier, because they're just passing this through, so I'm going to say, I was talking earlier about the cards and how they're written for humans. Tarot cards for angelics like myself, any angelics who do readings, who have their connection to their higher self, they're more totems, if anything else. They're just placeholders, something you can hold on to while you're receiving the message. So that's why I'm looking at the card to see what the title is, because to me, it doesn't mean anything that it says Tanzanite. I am taking everything from what is coming through to me when my human is taking in everything that's on this card. The title doesn't matter to me, it's what the card itself is representing. And what I am being told is that there is a... Sorry, they're showing it to me clairvoyantly, so I need to ask for a little bit more of an explanation. Okay, thank you. They're saying broken hearts. Okay, I'm gonna put this card down because I'm shaking. Yeah. Okay, they're saying because it's contributing. So some of you are in the 10th wave. Thank you. In the 10th wave are dealing with broken hearts to the point that it's just been a very emotional time for you between the 11-11 and the 12-12. And yeah, things have just been really tough. They're even pushing through the term inconsolable. For some of the 10th waivers, your human has been very inconsolable. They're also, thank you, pointing out that for some of you, whether you were inconsolable or not, maybe you've been dealing with some humans that have been rather inconsolable because of things that have been going on for them emotionally. They are saying that it has to do with, for the humans, the impact that this entire year has had on them, especially to do with the pandemic and the lockdowns and everything else that's been going on with that as well. But that's also been directly affecting them and relationships that they have, whether these be professional relationships, romantic relationships, familial relationships, things like that. So they're wanting to validate that. Now, the love and support that you have been providing 10th waivers to those around you, those humans around you who have been in those positions, are very much being acknowledged. So they are saying thank you. And they're also saying that you are going to be refilled up again. Unlike with the 11th waivers with rejuvenation, your heart, they're saying, what are you showing me? Yeah, energetic. Thank you. Your heart chakra. Thank you. Your heart chakra is going to be refilled. And it's definitely something that you guys need because, thank you, we are looking at, and when I say we, I'm interpreting for them. So they, my higher self and the higher ups up there, are looking for all of our 10th waivers to show that love, to be that outpouring of love. But when you pour out so much love for others and you don't have that time for yourself, at least that's the way, the human way of looking at it, but certainly for us too, when we pour out all of our energy and then we don't even take a moment for ourselves, it's kind of like, the best metaphor that they can give me is if you have your phone on you and you just, for whatever reason, let's say you've gone away and you've forgotten to bring your charger, and so your phone battery starts to decrease, you need to metaphorically be putting yourself into the charger. In other words, you need to find that way to fill yourself up. But with what I'm being told, 10th waivers, you guys have been dealing with so much with these issues are to do with the broken love and the emotions of the humans, that therefore you haven't had time to be refilled. You are going to be through this portal so that you can once again be that shining beacon of love that they are looking for as you continue to progress, not only through your path and your process, but as your contribution, 10th waivers, to the end of 2020. So that is very good news for you, 10th waivers, and I am sure that when your human, once your angelic sovereign self has gone through the portal, 10th waivers, your human is going to feel light and joyous because you have been refilled. And they're pointing out to me that 11th waivers, it's about that rejuvenation and that energy refill, whether that be the energy that we deal with as angelics or the energy itself, like just having energy to be able to do things. But for the 10th waivers, it's more about the heart chakra and the love, and refilling that joy, that love is going to come back, and it's really going to help you, give you, thank you, that additional push to be able to do what it is that you need to do, what they're expecting you to do for the remainder of 2020. Let's move on to the 9th waivers. 9th waivers, please. What do we have for the 9th waivers? Oh, whoa. Thank you very much. Okay, there's a lot that's going to be going on for the ninth waivers. I have actually been given 4 cards, but what they've told me, I'm not looking at them, what they've told me is to take this one. These 3 are going to remain a mystery. I'm not even allowed to acknowledge them. I'm putting them straight back into the deck. So there is more going on there, what I'm about to tell you, but what you are allowed to know is this card, which is the Solidite card. Okay, this is very interesting, ninth waivers, because it is completely different to what I was saying with the 11th waivers and the 10th waivers. Ninth waivers for you guys, it's about joining others. It's about coming out of... Whew, there's a lot coming through. Ooh, a lot of energy. I'm feeling it. You guys are just... Those of you who are ninth wave and above are all like, Mr. Fancy, we need to know what our card is. It's okay. Take a breath. I will get to you. Let's just all breathe for a moment. Okay, ninth waivers. It's about reconnecting with others. They're showing me solitude. Solitude, solidarity, being on your own, whether this is because your human was forced into a lockdown, especially if you live on your own and you weren't able to have physical contact with anyone else. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's self-imposed solitude. This card is saying it is time to come out of that solitude. It's time to... They're kind of showing me, even though I'm Australian, what I've always imagined it to be like in America, the whole typical Thanksgiving thing, being around friends, being around family, and just spending time together and being thankful. I'm so sorry about the glare. Bless our negative Nancy friends. Being thankful and grateful for each other's company and just, being there with one another, getting involved in doing certain things. Now is your time, ninth waivers. Come out of solidarity, come out of solitude, and join in with friends, join in with family. Now, if you do live alone and you are restricted, if you're in a lockdown at the moment and legally you can't leave your home, that is what the phone is for. That is what Messenger, if you're on Facebook like I am, is for, or texting, or whatever it is, that's what that is for. Find a way to communicate with those loved ones around you, okay, so that you can get back into the swing of being around those that you love, okay? Now is the time for you to do that. It's time to take action, time to get out of solidarity and solitude. Okay, eighth waivers. Your strength is very much going to be needed. They're telling me that before I've even got the card. Your strength is going to be needed. So please rest as much as you can, eighth waivers, because there are going to be people that are heavily going to be relying on you, and without that innate strength that you have, eighth waivers, you are not going to make it through. So please make sure to take plenty of rest. The card that's come up for you is the Emerald card. Okay, yep, interesting. Okay, yeah. So, sorry, we're just commuting to make sure we've got this all good. Yeah, moving up. Okay, this is very interesting. So, eighth waivers, you're going to feel a collective eighth wave shift because some of you are moving out of... Thank you. Oh, goodness me. I'm so sorry. I've let go of labels because of where I am. So I'm just trying to remember what they are again. But the first level of Earth's energy, and you're coming into the monad. Some of you are not there yet. Some of you are. It's very much a transition point. But eighth waivers, you are collectively going to feel that shift occur when the last of you, because as I said, some of you are there, but there are still some who need to have that transition. When the last of you do make that transition, and for those of you who aren't there, it seems very much like you're going to be welcomed into the monad while you're going through the portal. So that's going to be interesting, and have fun with that, you guys. But this is a really good thing for you guys. It's allowing all eighth waivers to, as a collective, step up together. And it's going to be a very interesting time. The monad is... it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm definitely here to help if you want some more help, or some of my other very special angelic students can also help you out as well. If you want some help from them, just let me know. You can email me. My email is in the description below. All right, seventh waivers. Let's see what's coming up for you guys. Seventh waivers. What do we have for the seventh waivers? No? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Seventh wave is... Okay, I'll show you why I'm laughing. It's because your card is right there. So it's stuck in amongst the other cards. It is the appetite card. Okay, so seventh wavers. All right, very, very interesting. Interesting considering what you guys actually stand for and what's going on at the moment. There is some contradictions taking place, but that happens. You know, it happens in order to test us that we learn what it is that we need to be doing for our path and our process, but just to test us or maybe even to teach us something. Our guides team, higher self, will have a moment where they're like, we're going to try doing it the opposite way. And what's really interesting is that seventh wavers, you guys have the... As a collective, and so this is again, it's a wave reading, so it's a generalization for your collective. As a collective, you guys have the ability to just pick up things like that. So what might take other angelics or other waves a hot minute to understand, digress, learn from, and actually put into action, you guys have a natural ability to just see something, hear about it, know what you need to do, and boom, you're straight into it because you know what you're doing and you're just able to excel really quickly at things. You are born with that innate ability to just be able to do that. What's really interesting about this card coming up and what they are confirming for me, which thank you very much, is that for you guys, seventh wavers, it seems like you guys are experiencing a bit of a lull at the moment and wondering why. Okay, it's a comparison thing. So in this particular case, seventh wavers, my higher self is alerting me to the actual card itself and the definition of this card, which is progress, not perfection. And so some of you are, some of you are experiencing a lull, and that how your human is reacting to that lull is affecting the rest of your seventh wave collective, in that other waves, other angelics are moving up and they're getting through things really, really quickly, and your human is saying, but hang on, wait, I'm a seventh waver, shouldn't I be moving through a lot more quickly than you? And the thing is that when it comes to your path and your process, particularly as an individualistic angelic, but also certainly as part of your wave collective, is that you need to focus more on what you have achieved rather than what you have not achieved. Everything is going to happen in its own time, and I know that there are some of you out there, because I'm feeling it coming through, thank you for that, who are out there going, no, I want it to happen, I want it to happen now, and let's just, keep it coming, now's the right time, and I'm waiting and nothing's happening, and that's because it's not meant to. And also, quite frankly, have you considered that this is actually a test for you? Can you actually deal with one of the most base levels of being an angelic, patience? Can you actually pass the test of patience and be okay with not constantly going through something every single day, without constantly progressing every single day? Thank you. If there is a Tay out there, someone whose name is Tay or nicknamed Tay, that was for you. That wasn't a slur. That was meant to come out. So hi, please feel free to email me if you want more. But yeah, focusing on what you have achieved is a very big thing for you guys right now. Please keep that in mind. You will go through what it is you're meant to go through when it is you're meant to go through it, and not when your human thinks it's the right time, but when they think it is the right time, owing to your soul contract. Let's move on to sixth wavers now. What do we have for the sixth? Woo! And sixth wavers, you have a number of cards that have come out, but okay, I have these two, which I'm not allowed to read to you, and I have this one, which I am, and this one is the titanium rainbow quartz. Isn't that interesting, sixth wavers? If you've been watching this whole reading, you'll know where that connection is. If you've skipped ahead for your own wave reading, you may need to go back and see where this card came up, because when I do wave readings for all 12 waves and there is a single card reading and it is the same card, then those waves are going to be linking up in some way to do something together. So if you saw that reading, there you go, your wave and that wave. Okay. Titanium rainbow quartz, again, it's the same thing. You guys are going to be going through a lot, and it's not only just that you're going to sixth wavers, thank you. It's not only that you're just going to go through all these different things in the portal like the other wave that we're referring to earlier, but it is also that you're doing this from a position of leadership, so do keep that in mind as well. For some of you, you're going to go through the portal the first time for yourselves, and then maybe you'll be going through it again because you'll be working within the portal to keep an eye on the other collective who got this card while they are going through their tests. So that's all I'm allowed to give you, sixth wavers. Talk to your guides, team, higher self. Fifth wavers. Fifth wavers. Oh, thank you. That was just lovely. You had the Amber card. Okay. And the Amber card is the Give It to God card. Ah, lovely. Fifth wavers, you poor dears, you have been dealing with so very much. And yeah, I'm feeling a little sample. Okay, you've been dealing with a lot. Okay, whether it is from up there or down here, higher dimensional levels, physical reality, your human, your sovereign self, people around you in the physical reality, those around you up on higher dimensional levels, you feel like you are done. You are ready to collapse. Some of you may even be at the point of, they're saying no return. As in, why even get out of bed in the morning? Okay, it is time for you to picture this in your mind. That you are writing a letter to God. Now, are you writing it on physical paper with a pen or a pencil? Are you typing it as an email? Are you sending it as a text message? Are you voice recording? Are you video recording? However you're doing it, this is what I want you to picture in your mind. And I want you to put everything you've gone through into that. Remember again, we are visualizing this. We're not doing it at the moment, we're just visualizing it. And then, once you've gone through all that, you are going to send that off to God. You're going to hit that send button, that release button, that let go button, because this is not something for you to be taking on anymore. Okay? And with me saying this, hopefully you know, if you've been with me long enough, you know this, and if you haven't been, please know that I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true. It's time for you to let that go, and the only way you're going to let that go is to give it on up. Give it up to your guides, your team, your higher self. They will pass it on to wherever it needs to go. It is no longer meant to be. It is no longer allowed to be your problem. So please keep that in mind. It is time to let go of everything. And if you need to run out into the woods somewhere and scream, if you need to do a video journal, if you need to scream into a pillow, if you need to hit a pillow, whatever you need to do to get that out of your system, get it out, let it go, because you are being called to do some very big work right now, and this is not what you're meant to be focusing on. That is what you're meant to be focusing on. So please make sure that you are doing that.